Welcome to Church of the Chair, where we celebrate all the things we do while seated. I'm your host, E, here today with my co-host, Chad Lutzke. We are working on a collaborative novel called Planet Caravan. We are near 40,000 words, so we're at least the halfway or over the halfway point, however long this is going to be. We're shooting for at least 70,000 words. And, so we're going to... what? Oh, sorry, Jordan, I completely misread what you said. My brain turned sounds good into pound wood, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, it's like kick rocks or something. Like, stay mad." I was like, "What the hell?" Dyslexia, and I got this issue with my left eye where it kind of warps things now. I got to get to an eye doctor. Anyways, good morning, Jordan. How are you doing? Good morning, Haley. Thank you again, Haley, for the fantastic work on the chainsaw beaver, the Texas chainsaw beaver. It's amazing. Good morning, Kobe. How you doing? All right. So we are. Oh, this weekend, I'm going to propose some stuff down there in the plot line, for some interactions that you can approve or disapprove or whatever. But there was something that hang on. God damn it. Okay, so my idea before is, I, in case you were worried about me adding it, we're not going to do a sideshow because this isn't the kind of arrangement. What you're describing is more of like a fair, but in a carnival sense because it travels.
Mhm.
So the carnivals that the smaller ones, like they don't have sideshows. So we're not gonna worry about that at all. Also, it would, if my big project ever comes out, I think it'd be too close. So we'll just stick with the rides and concessions and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So I had a point to this. I'm trying to remember exactly what. Uh, where do we want Shane to? Do we want to have a tense situation where Mingo puts Shane with Buzzard to work because he needs to find a place to land as far as what he's going to be doing, because the Rousties don't travel around to all the stuff. They're usually like
Mhm.
in the employment of
Yeah.
also. And this isn't a big deal. I'm just letting you know, someone out there in the world might mention it, but Buzzard would not be helping to work on the ride because he's an owner operator.
Mhm.
They do not help. They supervise. All they do is stand around. I
Right.
don't think it'll be an issue, but just a heads up in case we get hit with something like an owner operator is not going to be working on his own stuff. He's got to make sure that everybody's safe and so
All right.
pound wood, man.
I'll take the part out about. I think Mingo says something like, "But he works hard." He says
Because
he's an
that's
a
that
hole,
whole
but he works
hierarchy
hard.
thing. They're not expected to work. They're kind of like the lords of their area. It
Mhm.
is that is his Ferris wheel. He hires people to do the work, and then he pays people out of his own pocket. Um, anyways, and then because there will be no cash given back and forth between Buzzard and Mingo. There'll be nothing going that way at all. Mingo knows that if he doesn't have a Ferris wheel, people aren't going to come, because not only is it a ride that everybody enjoys and it's for all ages, but also it is a beacon in the night to people coming through,
Mhm.
just driving by. They're like, holy shit, look at this big ass structure.
Yeah.
So that's why Mingo would have him on, not because he's going to, well, because he's going to earn more money, but not because Buzzard is going to pay him. So just trying to get that clear. There will be no money exchanging hands. There's no fees or anything for Buzzard to be there. He has his operation fees and all that stuff. Basically, he's an independent contractor.
Mhm.
That's what an owner operator is, just like in trucking or anywhere else. Uh, Independent contractors, have their own deal. That would also put him above the law. So any of Mingo's rules would not apply to him. He is just literally just tagging along to make money. It's a symbiotic relationship, I guess. They just use each other. So,
Okay.
let's see here. I'm just fixing a few things on it. That's fine. Just let me know. Oh, I need to hang on. I gotta pay you. I do not need. One moment, Haley. One moment. Monetary compensation incoming. Send moolah. There's Haley looking so pretty in that picture. Oh, excuse me. All right. You're welcome, Haley. It's the least I can do for what you've been doing for me. Don't do it again. Nobody wants to hear your loud ass sneezes. Okay. So we got another Twitch follower overnight.
Nice.
Cool. I'm 11 away. 11. I need to go into follower list. It's overdosage. I need to go back to Discord and tell Jess, because Jess said her friend might have followed me. So also my Armored Core 6 stream is doing insanely well. It's got like 117 views, and that's after I stopped streaming. So that's crazy. Hey Pedro, how you doing? Hello, Haley. All right. So, but yeah, I'm going to throw some stuff down here into the plot section, and I'll put something by it like for your approval or whatever. I'll have this all fixed up in an hour or less, and I'll make sure the JPEG and PNG files of it are okay too. That's awesome. Thank you. Doing good? That's good, Pedro. There will be little to no more sharing of screens for reasons. I might share a couple things like certain edits or whatever. I might read off some stuff, but there will be no more sharing of screens for the foreseeable future. Even when we do, it might just be a little glimpse of something. But card into the side, salmon buzz that catches the eye. Did you use this? Use it maybe carved into the side as salmon buzz that catches his eyes.
No.
His eye. He'll be hiding the cocaine in it later.
No, I didn't use it. I thought maybe.
Dude, I'm sorry. You sat back and I thought you had a fucking swastika on your shirt. Your hoodie. I don't.
Oh jeez.
Oh my god, dude! I had a whole ass moment. I was like, "The fuck!" I need to watch the replay afterward. What? How long have we been here already? 9 minutes. I got to go back and watch that. Jesus Christ! Whew. I don't know if I made a facial expression or not, but I was like, "Is that a fucking?" Anyways, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you can even remember, because that was.
Hang on, I'm looking at this.
Oh my god. I had a moment, y'all. I had a moment.
No, you didn't make a face.
I didn't? Okay.
No.
I covered it up really well. I mean, I'm used to hiding my reactions to things, but I was like, holy shit, the fuck is on your hoodie? Gain in it later. Okay.
No,
My heart, dude.
I didn't use it. I thought maybe.
Dude. After everything we talked about before stream today, and you see lean back, and I'm like, it's a fucking spot. Anyways, Okay.
Be all right.
Whew. All right. Yeah, I know. It's just that is like the most that would be the most unexpected thing from you, and I just. Anyways, I'm glad I held my shock. I probably didn't even have to say. Well, by the way, what do you think of my shirt? Cool, isn't it?
I've never even. That's funny. I mean, I could see.
Yeah,
At
when
at a
you first
glance.
leaned back, all I saw was like the top going this way, and then
Yeah.
another part coming up, and I was like,
Mhm.
in my brain, I was like wide eyed, and was like, what the? And then you leaned back even further, and I was like, oh my god, okay, I'm cool. Yeah, goosebumps. Yeah, that was a scary ass moment.
Shoot, what was I saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
What were you saying?
I can't remember now, man. That completely wiped my brain. Yeah, just roll the tape back. I'm
Roll it back.
sorry. You sat back and I thought you had a fucking swastika. Sharing of screens for the foreseeable future. Ooh. I thought my career was over.
He'll be hiding.
I was like, shut it all down, shut it down.
Oh, we were talking about the thing that's written on the may or may not.
Yeah,
be
sarcophagus. Yeah.
No, I liked the idea, but I didn't want to try to squeeze it into the scene where he first. I thought.
Yeah, I don't actually think it would make sense for that to be there. Maybe on the inside of like the one of the Ferris wheel carts or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
Okay.
Well, you two are blitzkrieging that book. Oh my god. Okay, Pedro. I don't know why I'm about. Well, I know why I'm about to say it because I still have to clean the wall off. I falcon punched a fucking granddaddy cockroach yesterday on the wall. I came walking into the office and I turned around to flip the light switch on, and when I flipped the light switch on, it kind of like scurried up the wall, and my very first instinct was a swing, smashed the fuck out of it, got juices all on the back of my hand. It was fucking nasty. But yeah, so that happened. Yeah. Haley, that's pretty much it. And then of course, because I don't have a bathroom out here, I had to walk all the way back into the house to wash my hand. I'm walking like this, and she was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I just had a fucking falcon punch a cockroach." She goes, "How big was?" Because I got like grayish, blackish junk all on my hands. How big was it? I was like, "It was one of those fucking tree roaches." Anyways, you're killing it. Thank you. Yes, that's much better, Pager. It's like there's some stuff that sometimes chat will just go. I don't know if it's too far or a little too far. It's like Jude talking about how one of the characters on Starfield looked like a child, a chomo. Okay, just to try and not get flagged by the algorithm. If you don't know what that is, good. Chad, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. What's the guy with the walker and the?
Yes, exactly. Herbert. Okay. Herbert.
Yeah.
From Family Guy. So, I had a point. Oh yeah. So Jude he just kept talking about it over on Twitch, and I'm like, I'm not reading your comments because I am not about to get taken down for you. It's not gonna happen. I go inside and Shell goes, "That Jude fella's weird." I was like, yeah, I don't know why he was harping on it. It's like, no. I know he looks weird. I know he kind of looks like that, but at the same time, no, stop. Get some help. Rhymes with Uncle Fester. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, y'all. Anyways, sometimes y'all get me. I don't think anybody in here has ever made me catch my breath, though. Yeah, definitely not. There's been a couple people over the years that I've just been like, bruh, I don't understand why you would say that out loud, or why would you type that in chat for the entirety of the internet to see. Anyways, let's get back to work, or let's get to work. I currently have an issue with Chad's text messages not coming through. That sucks. It never fails. I should have just sent you another text saying, hey, man, did you get my message?
Yeah, I will. I do notice that there is a thing on here that says delivered
Right.
and read.
Yeah,
And
if you don't have that, it probably doesn't go through because we both have Androids. Now, if you're talking to someone on an iPhone, you don't get that, and they get a different color. You get the, oh my God, the green speech bubble. I made you
yeah,
go pink laughing. Yes, yes. Also, it's just very awkward, talking about the stuff that we were just talking about. So, especially, so okay, so I forgot all about this. Forgot to tell you before we go, and it's not really that important, but I want to tell you anyway, since you didn't remind me. The origin of balls to the wall. We got to have these discussions when I find out new shit, Chad. And you probably didn't remind me because you don't give a shit, but that's fine. I'm gonna tell you anyways. So, World War II, planes, flying, bombers, all that stuff. They have a stick with a ball on the end. So to go faster, they push the ball toward the wall of the cockpit. Okay,
hmm
push it toward the cockpit. So that is where balls to the wall come from. I thought it was a wrecking ball reference. You're really
yeah,
going at it, right? But no, it's because of the U.S. pilots and their planes had a ball on the throttle. I guess it is. I don't know what it is, but anyways, so they would grab it, they push it forward, and it balls to the wall. That meant go faster. So, anyways, very very simple one.
like pedal to the metal.
Exactly. Though that one makes a little more sense but balls to the wall. I thought forever that it meant wrecking ball. Like that it's like we're tearing this down, we're moving forward, there's progress or whatever.
Yeah.
Anything. You're just wilding out.
When I hear it,
And
I just think of the '80s metal
yeah,
accept song
yeah,
that I was obsessed with when I was a teenager.
yeah. And I've told Chad a couple other ones. My favorite so far is the piss poor and don't have a
Yeah.
bucket to piss in. That's my favorite etymology of words because it initially comes from, and I was wrong. It wasn't the Dust Bowl. It wasn't the Great Depression. That's not when it came about. It goes back even farther, way back to like medieval Europe, because what they would do, folks in chat, he knows this, but I'll let him get back to work and I'll tell you. Um, so they would use human urine because it had ammonia in it and other nitrates and whatnot to tan leather, to like dry out leather, to dry out the skin into leather, that kind of thing. So what people would do, the really poor people, is they would collect their piss in a bucket and they would take it to the tannery or the hide manufacturer, whatever you want to call it. They would take it, and that's where the terminology piss poor comes from. Now, here's the thing. We also know that there is don't even have a pot to piss in, right? You're so poor, I don't even have a pot to piss in, that kind of thing. That's for the people who literally back then could not afford a bucket or a pot to piss in so that they could take it to the tannery to make money. So if you're so poor you don't have a pot to piss in, you're even more impoverished than the person who's piss poor. I thought that was wild. Very, very cool. It is fascinating. I agree. I repeat this all the time. I'm a huge fan of the etymology of words. Whatever, how you pronounce that word. I'm a big fan of that. Finding out where these things come from, but one still eludes me, and I told Chad this, but one of them still eludes me, and that is a definitive answer on where the terminology. Yeah, it was literal. Where the terminology there is more than one way to skin a cat. I have not found any conclusive information on that one. Now, if you look it up, then you're going to find multiple different explanations, and none of them are the same. I liked understanding that the words good and evil come from God and devil. What do I need to be doing today? I don't even know. I don't want to get too far ahead of this. Oh yeah, but I need to do the put together or whatever. Oh yeah, we never finished our discussion. Where do you want Shane? Like where do you want him to be stationed? I don't care one way or the other. So if you have something in mind, I mean he can still bounce around for a couple days, but eventually he will be a there are no floaters. There are no, you get assigned to a task and that's what you're doing.
I mean, probably something that's, you know, bottom of the bottom rung.
Okay, so we can have him emptying trash and doing upkeep around the carnival, and then he can help this whenever they get to wherever they're going. Um,
I
he
kind of
can
like
do
the idea of him working with Kay,
okay. All right,
um, just and having kind of like this. Maybe we'll have Kay speak every once in a great while. Just
and
I don't
and
know if he's supposed to be really mute or not.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I saw it, but what I was thinking is he could be one of those characters. It's a little bit cliched, but actually what I want to do is the exact opposite. You have those characters who only speak like Silent Bob, and the only time he speaks is when it's like poignant or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be funny if we have him quiet for the majority, like not say anything, and like the only time he does talk, it has no meaning whatsoever. It's like you finally say, and someone can literally say, "You finally say." Shane could be like, "You finally say something," and that's what you have to say. Kay just shrugs and walks off or something.
Like he just goes around saying ho to her.
Something like that. I don't know. But like what just popped into my mind is like toward the end of the book that you could be standing around like after a hard day's work or whatever. Him and Kay are standing there, and maybe Kay's smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden he's like, "See the tits on that one?" It's like just something like that, and then that's it. He doesn't say anything else. Something stupid like that. Anyways, you could have him work with the cook character, taking out the trash man. No, Kay's a Rousty. That would literally be
I think
beneath.
they're talking about Shane.
Oh,
What Shane
Shane.
do?
Okay, never mind. That could be a thing too. And if he does like cleanup, like if he goes, well, no. If you want to do, he can work that. Um, but yeah, I like that. Kind of like he's got a dude that he talks to, and just kind of vents all the time or whatever. I don't know. I like that idea. So we'll stick him on the Ferris wheel with Kay. It's funny because I don't hang on.
Now, now Buzzard, is he going to run the Ferris wheel?
Yes, he's a owner operator. So
Okay,
but all he has to do is like press a button and start
so
it.
maybe we have Kay do like he's a Rusty, but maybe have him do something else too that
Yeah,
Shane can help out with, and they can just have this
they could be on cleanup duty, like going around, emptying trash and all that stuff. Another thing is, there at some point in time, since he's a Rousty, he sleeps mostly during the day, so you know, he would probably do pickup or whatever. If the carnival starts at let's say 5 o'clock, he would probably sleep until 7 or 8, not 7, about 6 or 7, and then he would get up and he would go and start making rounds, cleaning up as the trash accumulates, taking out the trash, that kind of thing. So we could have a whole scene with him doing, that and leading Shane around, telling him where everything is, so on and so forth, and we can get like a view or a setup of the carnival, which I imagine is set up just like every other carnival. All the main attractions are on the outside ring, so you can see them from the road or from whatever, and then right down the middle is the concessions and the games and everything. Like it'll be back to back. Like you'll have the hot dog stand right here, and then its back will be against like the ring toss or whatever, or
Mhm.
flip it, that kind of thing. Because we haven't done much as far as the lay of the land, and usually they're set up the exact same way no matter where they go. So
I picture the character like a John Coffey, but with the appearance of Samuel Jackson's character from that movie. What was it called? Black Snake Moan.
oh, okay, yeah, that's really close to what I was going for,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the scar
Mm-hmm.
across his face. And I have an idea for either later or it could be this next chapter. In fact, that's what I'll probably end up doing. Where he kind of pantomimes the story of what happened to his face, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what he's going to say. I'm just going to kind of let it happen naturally. And do they? Yeah, they keep animals. The very last thing that in the last chapter I wrote is Shane has just got done helping them load up the animals, so they have a petting zoo. And then he reflects on the smell of it, and he had the vapor rubbed on his. Anyways, it's a whole thing, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Big thick neck dude, kind of looking like John Coffey slash with Black Snake Moan Samuel Jackson. That's perfect with the big scar on his face. So, in fact, I might have it be like an accident there, and then Shane could be like, "Oh, you can get hurt doing this stuff." Just have a moment of reflection, being like, "Uh, that's a shitty job he can do." Well, I mean, here's the thing: the petting zoo isn't really a shitty job because they don't clean up after the animals when they leave. They just leave everything there. The only time that they clean up the pins is like just before the performance, and usually it's the operator, the whoever runs the stand, and the petting zoo is almost always owned by the carnival itself. So Mingo would own the carnival, but yeah, so I mean, he could always end up over there at some point in time. But as far as work, I need to introduce Cookie, unless you want to call him something else, or her, or whoever we use. Need to introduce Cookie for breakfast. When they get there, Cookie will have well, not when they get there, but when Shane gets up at the next location, or whoever wakes him up, they'll go out and have breakfast, and then that'll be his only meal until uh, dinner time. And supper is usually right before the carnival opens. Everyone lines up, has their supper, and then they work through the night and then snack before bed. So what I'm going to do when I get back from break is I'm going to do, just so we're on the same page, I just want to make sure we don't double do anything. I know you're working on cleaning up what I've already done. Uh, I'm going to have them arrive. I'm going to have him eat. I'm going to have him set up with Buzzard or Kay, have him working with Kay, and then we'll just progress into whatever happens next. But that's the chapter that I'm going to write. Is that cool? Breakfast and then
Okay.
work. You good?
Yeah, I'm
Thinking?
yeah, I'm distracted.
All right, you're fine. I'm about to take a break. Do what you do, brother. All right, guys, I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. a whole new world. New fantastic point.
frick is that kid's name? Shibby? What's his name?
Yeah, Shibby. Cooter and Shibby. Shibby. Did we decide what state he was originally in? I'm trying to think of a place they can go. That's a night's drive.
No, we never
We can
established that.
we can probably do Alabama, and have them go over to Louisiana.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, that's what I'll do. I keep making stupid mistakes, dude. I'm like, I just wrote "doesn't happen often," and then I go back and I read it, and I wrote "doesn't happy often." This is little stupid mistakes. Oh, I missed Haley leaving. All right. But fuck off. What the fuck are those rough sacks that potatoes come burlap? Burlap. Thank you. All right. As soon as I started asking you, it popped in. I'm not. You're Viking. You're fine, dude. You're fine. I promise you, I was not sitting there going, "Where the fuck is Viking?" You're fine. Go ahead. Go have a day. A good one, hopefully. Love you, brother. God damn it. Soap instead of soup. Oh, fuck you.
This afternoon, I'm probably gonna go over these first 3 chapters, and then I'll text you and let you know that I went over them, and then you can go over them, and then
Okay.
we can
Send off.
take those 3 chapters and.
Hey, Bookable. Yeah, definitely.
Oh shoot! I got a podcast to do today. Dude, have you seen the movies Horror in the High Desert? 1 and 2?
No, I never even heard of them. Horror in High Desert?
Horror in the High Desert.
Horror in the High Desert.
Yeah. Do you like found footage movies?
I love them, actually.
Yeah. This is these are
It's on
these
Tubi.
are, yeah, they're free. They're good, man.
Okay.
They're like mockumentaries with found footage in them.
Sweet. All right.
Extremely well done.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch those. I'll probably review them for 31 Days of Halloween too.
They're short too. They're like 80 minutes or something.
Okay.
I think I like the sequel better. I just watched the sequel a couple days ago.
Have you seen Hell House LLC?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, I love that one.
That is
Fucking love
the
it.
only movie, book, whatever, where I actually thought a clown was scary.
Cool. Have you seen the house? The house is October built.
No.
I think you would like it. And
Yeah.
the reason why I think you would like it is because, first off, no supernatural. Second off, it's found footage. Third, it ends in such a way that it can be seen as either a truly horrible ending, like the fate of the characters, or it can be seen as a cliffhanger. If you know about the sequel, I guess it's a cliffhanger. But when I first watched it, I had no idea they were planning a sequel. And it's all about this documentary film crew following around these, going around to all of these extreme haunted houses, the ones that you have to sign waivers for and shit,
Mm-hmm.
and coming across ones that might be real and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was blown away by how good the first one is. The second one is way too long, but it's still as good as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd get a kick out of both of them.
Yeah, LLC was a great movie. It's a
Oh
creepy
yeah,
movie, man.
absolutely fantastic. And the clown's scary because the clown, it's all in your fucking mind. It is, other than
Yeah.
the one part where it finally moves, but it is all in your mind. That motherfucker is just sitting there. It's,
Mm-hmm.
oh god, that movie, that basement area and everything. I even liked the sequel. I haven't seen 3, nowhere near as good as the first one, but they have another one coming out that they were funding either on Kickstarter or something like that. They have a 4th one that is kind of like it's a bigger budget, and it opens things up even wider. Like they turn Hell House, or they put Hell House in this amusement park or some shit like that. Anyways, I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much because I don't want spoilers. But I'm really interested in it because it looks much higher quality than the last 2 movies.
The best movie I've seen all year so far is actually a Blumhouse movie, which I absolutely hate Blumhouse films. But I guess this is the the TV division or something. I'm not sure how it works, but it's not like your normal Blumhouse thing.
Right.
If you'd have told me this is A24, I'd have been like, yeah, that makes sense. That's how good this. What it's called, The Passenger.
Passenger. You brought that up. That's on my list to watch.
Dude, I think you got to rent it. I had to rent it on Amazon.
Okay.
And
Well, that's fine. I don't mind. I got so many Google Play credits and it ain't even fucking funny. So,
yeah, excellent.
also Cobweb, it was a fantastic.
I just saw it.
Yeah, I loved it for what it was. It's not anything like game changing, but I had so much fun trying to. I of course predicted what ended up happening after he first starts talking to the wall.
Yeah.
I predicted what it was, but it was still. It's been so long since I was on the edge of my seat like that. I don't know, man. There's something about just that whole idea, and then when it comes out, that was grade A cinema for me. That's what I watch movies for. Is that over the top action, horror, creepy.
See, I'm
tense.
more of the
I love
psychological and slow burn.
I like those two.
We reviewed Cobweb for Final Guys, and I thought it was okay. To me, it was kind of a cross between Mama and Barbarian.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's not a game changer, but I enjoyed it far more than either one of those, than Mama or Barbarian. I liked Barbarian a lot,
Really?
and I even liked Mama, but I would probably give Barbarian 4 stars and Mama probably 2.5 to 3 stars. But Cobweb, man, I'm giving all the stars to it.
Wow.
I fucking loved it. And the only thing I'm going off is how much fun I had while I was watching it. Bookable, if you're still in here, hi. I'm sorry, just I didn't just see you, but I forgot to say hello to you.
Have you seen Skinamarink yet?
Oh yeah, that
What'd
movie.
you think of that?
That made me feel awful. I liked it. It's very effective, but it made me and Shell feel. We were in a hotel room, and it was on. We cast Shutter to the TV, and we were in a dark hotel room with all the lights off watching it, and it was such an experience, man. It was I felt uncomfortable throughout the whole thing, and even Shell, you could tell I kept on looking over, and she like goose flesh, and she was like, like whatever. It's all in our heads, of course. And, there's not much on the screen. There's not much actually happening, but it fucked me up. It's a really good movie in my opinion.
When I turned it on, they're showing like the ceiling and the corners
Yeah.
and stuff, and I thought, okay, this is the artsy, thing. And then 10 minutes goes by, and then 20 minutes goes by. I'm like, oh, this is not an intro. This is the movie.
This
And
is
then I
it.
start getting really pissed off because this movie
Really?
is almost like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And I start getting really pissed, but then I realized, and then I think we reviewed it that night on Final Guys. We all hated it, but for the next week, I couldn't get this unnerving feeling. It just made me so
Uh-huh.
unsettled, and I still can't stop thinking about it. And so it's going to end up on my top 10 list of the
Yeah.
year, which is weird because I absolutely hated it. But then I'm like, man, if a
Yeah.
movie can make me feel that uncomfortable and that like every time I think about it, I'm just like, ugh, it just makes me feel
Yeah.
like,
Exactly. It is not a good movie. It is an experience.
mhm,
Like it is not an entertaining movie, but
yeah,
you will come out of it feeling something.
mhm,
And that's what that's a fucking masterpiece in my opinion. When something can get that under your skin with absolutely nothing to fucking go off of except for visuals, some weird sounds, and some occasional absolutely atrocious audio, like dialogue.
mhm,
It's all broken up and sounds grainy and gritty. Sometimes just whatever's going on in the
yeah,
background. I remember the really really long shots of like empty doorways that are just
mhm,
dark. I kept seeing things there. I still don't know. I'm not going to go back and watch it again, but I kept seeing things shaping and shape shifting and moving around, and just faces, kind of like from Hereditary, that
mhm.
that kind of thing. And I'm not even 100% sure I saw what I saw. It's I just my brain just went to a place where I was like,
Well,
I'm
it's
going to
just so
fill in the
grainy.
blanks. Huh?
It's so grainy,
Oh yeah,
you know.
yeah. It's just yeah, it made me feel awful too.
Mhm,
I don't recommend it to many people. I have to really know someone and know that they like that, that oddness, that
yeah.
that they I have to know that someone likes feeling uncomfortable. And I do like feeling uncomfortable sometimes. But that was a perfect movie for that night, man. We are in a hotel room. We are out of town. We were watching it, and I'm just like, oh, this is fucking me up. And Shell didn't say a word like the entire movie. And we usually talk back and forth about things that are happening. And we were just utterly fucking quiet, except for every now and again I'd go, oh, or what the fuck is that? That kind of thing. But Shell never said a word. And afterwards, she was like, well, that was a movie. So I said, yeah. And the funny part is, you said I had to look it up. You said it's almost 2 hours long. It's an hour and 40 minutes. It did not feel like that to me. It
It
felt like
felt like that to me, man. I
it
was
felt
like,
like
oh,
about maybe 70 or 80 minutes. That's what it felt like,
mm.
barely over an hour. So that's weird. I got to finish this thought. But yeah, go ahead. Finish whatever you're gonna
I
say.
was just gonna say that I'm dying for them to make a House of Leaves movie, and if they went experimental and did something with this type of atmosphere with
Yeah.
minimal dialogue and just a lot of visual stuff, I think that would whoever could pull off House of Leaves. You don't need to have all the weird stuff in there to make a good movie. Just the whole concept of just
Yeah.
being lost in this house and
Um,
the
I'm
inside of
pretty
it
sure
being.
Daniel Lutzke said he'd never let them do it. Same with the audiobook. He won't let him do an audiobook. He said the book exists as it exists, and that's all it should exist as. So I think that's a direct quote from him. But I know he refuses to do. He's very Salinger in that regard. Much weirder than Salinger. Well, at least
Mhm.
his writing is weirder. But I'm pretty sure he said no to that and to uh, the audiobook, because he wanted the tactile
Well, that makes
experience of,
sense.
of
That's just
jumping
stupid.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The Infinite Jest audiobook is absolutely fucking horrible because it should only be read. And it's pretty much built exactly like House of Leaves, but it's just not
Mm.
creepy and scary.
Mm.
It is just as weird, just as almost surreal, but it's just several sections of slices of life and situations and things thrown in there that that feel like they have nothing to do with the book, where Wallace was just trying to get you to care enough about this random person that was thrown in. Just actually, the story behind the purpose of the book is more interesting than anything in the book. But the book is amazing. It gets thrown around as, oh, this is dude fiction at its worst. No, that book is fucking brilliant, and it's not pretentious if it's actually brilliant. I will die on that hill. Anyways, let me finish up. Damn it. Hang on. I got something going on at the lodge across the way from me. I mean, it's half a mile away, but I keep hearing big trucks or something. I don't know what the fuck they're bringing in, taking out, whatever. And they're so loud, it sounds like. Also, I'm set up in kind of like a tunnel of trees, so
Mhm.
it just the sound comes right through to me. Um, I can even hear. It's a 25-minute drive into town if I follow the speed limit, and I can hear uh, whenever the high school football team plays, I can hear the band. It's the sound out here is very different from anywhere else I've ever lived.
Yeah, it's like that here too, man. Because we live on on the lake where the lake's here, and then the cove is here. So we're like on the
Yeah.
corner, and then there's like and we live kind of like below it. Like our street is actually our yard is very strange. We have like a wall made of 4x4s that cuts into our lawn, and above that is the
Huh.
road, and then behind this, it's like they call it the bowl. So we hear sounds that we shouldn't hear, and
Yeah,
sometimes you
you told
can't
me
tell
about
what
that.
direction they're coming from.
Yeah, out here is the same way, but that's just the woods. Period. And you told me about that bowl thing. That's really cool.
Hmm. Yeah, the way our house is set up, the yard and everything is one of the most unique layouts I've ever seen in my life. It's very strange.
Cool.
Coda.
Oh my God, 5 pages? Okay then. All right, let me go ahead and I don't know if you're even there. I can't hear.
I'm here.
All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and take my break. When I come back, I'll see what you did, and yeah.
All right.
But I did 5 pages,
Dang, man. Wow. I did
so
not even come close to that.
I'm so I gotta slow the fuck down, man. I really gotta. It's like just pouring out of me. Anyways, but yeah, I'll be back. Okay. Okay. 0 viewers. Holy shit! Chased everyone off.
Yep.
Okay. That's good. Do I want to add in? Hang on. see what you did. See what kind of shenanigans you got up to. That's 100% a car. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, I was wrong again. It's a fucking plane. Hand out loose M&Ms. Sorry.
What?
The handing out of loose M&Ms.
Oh.
I literally had that happen to me as a kid, and my mom wouldn't let me eat them because they weren't bagged up. Literally happened to me. Then the next year, same dude was handing out oranges. She wouldn't let me eat those either. Oh, that's cool. Bringing back Cassidy as a ninja. That's cool. I like that. I know you're over there vaping, but it sounds like a stomach digesting. It's fucking weird. And change this stop to pound for the repetition of stop.
Oh, did I really put it?
Yeah, ready
to
to
stop
stop
anyone who
anyone who
stops
stops.
him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
dude, it's been one of those days for me too, man. It just, yeah, don't even worry about it. I'm sure you're gonna find a lot of shit from what I wrote today. It's just all messed up. I'm sure I'm not seeing everything. I knew better than to have him hallucinate. I knew you were going to change that. I knew it. I knew it.
Is that all right?
Did you mean to put where the fuck her cornbread is? Because all it says here is where the fuck her are. Should I change it?
It used to say
Oh, her.
drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
That's weird. Or drugs.
I told you, man. I told you, brother. It's a day.
Frogs.
It's
Where's
a whole day. I take frogs.
Where the frog are my frogs at?
Fucking hell. A voice hollers, but the words aren't.
Yeah, I just read that. I don't know, man.
What? It's Friday. It's last day of work, man. We're gonna get through this. I promise. Change that to whatever you want to. I don't know. I'm just reading on. It just goes to show you out there in TV land, there's nobody watching. But anybody who watches the replay, that it happens. It happens to the best of us. And definitely learn to laugh at it, because ain't nothing serious about this. This is all make believe. It's all practice until you publish.
A lot of these errors happen when I use half a sentence and then
Yeah.
add, another new half.
I've noticed you do that. You'll like type out half a sentence and then you'll stop for a while, and then you'll start again. I can't do that shit, man. I got to finish a complete sentence before I move on.
Well, like if you'll have a sentence here, and then I'll be like, well, I'm going to change the beginning of the sentence, but then and then leave the half that you wrote, but then I'll leave another word in there that was that needed to be pulled because of the way that I read it, and then sometimes I accidentally leave them in there.
Yeah, I keep clicking over to StreamYard from the document because I expect it, because I want to look at you, and it's you don't have to turn it on. I'm just saying I keep doing that. Yeah, I dig it. All right. We got a lot done today.
We are officially novel length.
40,000 words. How about that shit? All right, so I'll entitle the next one "The Road to 50K Begins." We're pumping. We're pumping it out. That's for sure. I'm gonna be doing. I was kind of concerned because I have 31 Days of Halloween coming up, but I've already got 3 episodes done, and it's only September 8th. I'm thinking that I'm gonna start doing at least one video a day, because I've read quite a bit of the stuff. I've been hoarding reviews for this very very thing. Anyways, what I'm getting at is we should be able to work without any issue through Halloween. We should be able to. Not Halloween, October. So if we don't get it done by the end of September, which I doubt we will at this point, but anyways, yeah.
What I need to do is, I need to write more off camera for this, because I've put my other stuff on the back burner, and I haven't been. I really don't have an excuse to, I need to catch up more on this so that we can go faster, especially since we're kind of being less lenient on showing the stuff that we're writing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, people saw what we were doing at the beginning of the series, so I mean, it's not a big deal that we're
Mm-hmm.
not showing here now. So yeah, do as much work as you want on the back end. Plus, we have times like this when there's literally no one in here. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. Work whenever you want to. I plan on putting in some work this weekend too. I'm gonna run some ideas by you. I'll just put them in the at the end of the document and probably shoot you a text and be like, "Hey, look what I added. See if we want to do that." I haven't been. I'm pretty sure this is obvious, but even if it's not, I haven't been writing off camera because I'm already doing so much on camera.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, my word vomit is of course going to be so much more than yours because you edit while you go along. But yours isn't word vomit. Yours is methodical, and I'm just like all the words everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Let Chad sweep it up. I'm just kidding. But anyways, I'm telling you, man, you're doing me a huge favor because you were taking all the back end work out of it. But also at the same time, like I keep on saying, I want you to write the stuff that you want to write. So if there's anything you need to put down there, anytime you add something to the plot breakdown or the whatever you want to call it, the outline,
Mm-hmm.
every time you do that, put something like I want to write this or
Oh,
something.
okay.
And then that way I know exactly what to jump into next. And I can assume where you're going to go with that section, or we can go a little more in depth so I know what to do in the chapter after that.
Well, I never feel like I'm not writing a scene. I mean, some of this stuff is, I mean, it's still, I mean, it certainly has my voice in it. So if
Oh yeah.
there's a whole scene that you've written, I don't feel like, my voice isn't in there, or, um, even if I wasn't the one to, because I still throw stuff in there.
Mhm.
You had, um, like the Halloween, and never haven't gone trick or treating in 4 years, and then I had him do it one time and
Yeah.
gave detail about it. Or
And I love that shit. Absolutely love that shit. And I love the way you condense things and all that. I just want to make sure that as long as you feel like there is enough of you in this, I am happy. If you're
oh yeah,
happy, I'm happy.
oh dude, I wouldn't. Yeah,
'Cause I'm
I
fucking thrilled.
you'd already heard about it by now.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not used to working with upfront people. I'm used to, well, Darren's upfront, don't get me wrong, but TC and Craig were both kind of whatever you want. Whatever you want. Let's do, whatever you want. Kind of like I'm doing to you. And now that I'm in their shoes, I'm kind of like, am I doing too much? Am I going
I
down? Yeah.
That's probably because they're newer, and I think I was like that with Terry M. West. I
Yeah.
think when I did that, and I was like that with John. But with John, without Behind the Barn, John, that was a 3,500 word story that John had written, and I kept telling him to add to it and make it a book, and he's like, nah. And then it kept getting rejected,
Yeah.
and then he goes, well, I just sent it out again, and I said, well, I hope it gets rejected, because this story doesn't need to be buried in some anthology that nobody's
Yeah.
ever going to read. This needs to be extended, and I gave him some ideas, and he's like, nah. And then finally, he's like, okay, have at it. And then I wrote, like, I don't know, I think I told him about some characters that I thought needed to be added, and then I think I added like another 2,500 words just to as an example. And but I was very, very careful because I knew that this story had meant a lot to him, and I didn't want to just come in and walk all over it. So it was more,
I respect that.
yeah. But then, yeah, we ended up adding another 15,000 or more words, and but it was like I call it a Bowden sandwich, like the beginning and the end. The skeleton there, that's it remains pretty much intact, and
It's
then everything in
a
between is
Lutzke filled Bowden
Bowden
Oreo.
sandwich. Yes.
uh, yeah, fun times. Yeah, this is going fantastic. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm excited to get in here, and I'm kind of my whole goal in when you get to the chapter Chow Time. My whole
Mm-hmm.
goal is to sprinkle. Buzzard into almost everything, to where he's kind of like always subtly present. Sometimes he's overtly present, sometimes, but he's always in the background, kind of bolster that idea that he's, you know, the main villain, the main baddie of this area of the book. Only to come by find out that Sam's the one. Anyways, but yeah, I don't want to keep repeating that for people who might have missed it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun doing this next one, because this chapter, Chow Time, is more overt in Buzzard, because Buzzard's over there being Buzzard, I guess. You know, he's hollering at Cookie, and he offends Nancy, who is Cookie's wife, who they work together. It's funny because Cookie has a really thick Southern accent, and Nancy has a really thick Yankee accent. She's a Maina, so she drops the Oz, that kind of thing. So I love dynamics like that when two people are together and they're both equally unintelligible. Like if you're not used to those dialects, they're both equally unintelligible, but they understand exactly what each other's saying. So that's kind of what I'm riffing on there. But and then that scene ends with Buzzard being a jackass, and Sam finding out that Buzzard made him work without gloves, so now he's got blisters all over his hands. And she says she's going to talk. It ends with I'll try and talk to Mingo to see if I can get you to work with someone else. And then the very last line is, I'll talk to Mingo. I'm sure he'll let you work with someone else or find you someone else to work with. The very last line is, he doesn't. And then the next chapter will start with him working with Kay. But they had potato soup for breakfast, and Shane peeled a bunch of potatoes and all that stuff. Anyways.
Nice.
Oh, I do need to add one more thing before we go. One more thing before we go.
Yeah, I think my see, it's the weekend, so I'm gonna try to. I got a logo I got to do for a paint company, and then
Cool.
finish the Ron Kelly wraparound. And so, like I said, the rest of the stuff I've been putting on the back burner. So I'm gonna see what I can get done this weekend with this.
Okay. Looking for something. Hang on.
Oh, and I got a podcast tonight. Almost keep forgetting about. I can't even remember the name of it. Dark Fusion.
Okay. All right. That's done. All right, dude. Well, no one to say goodbye to, so I guess I'll just do the outro, and and we'll mosey on down the road. But until next time, all hail the chair.